Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Caitlin and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these mini Harry Potter plant pots. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my pots using this white gesso acrylic primer, and for this I'm just going to use one coat. So this is what the pots look like once the white gesso is dried. This is just with one coat of paint. I don't think I'll be needing any more as I'm going to be painting over these with the base colour. I'm starting off with this gold acrylic paint which I bought from Hobbycraft, and I'm just going to be painting on a couple of layers of this. I think in total I painted on about 5 layers of gold paint. Because this is a metallic paint, it is quite transparent. Make sure that the paint is dry before applying a second coat. I speed up the process using a hairdryer for mine. You can also use a fan or just leave it for a couple of hours in a well ventilated area. And this is what the pot looks like after 5 layers of gold paint. I think this looks nice and opaque and it's ready for the design. I'm starting using this black acrylic posca pen and I'm just drawing the Deathly Hallows symbol. I go over it a few times off camera as well, just until I get the thickness that I wanted. Once I was happy with that, I just went round the top of the pot using Posca pens, and I'm just using the Hogwarts colours to do simple dots. Now this design is finished, I'm quite happy with the way this turned out, and I'll just leave that to dry and move on to my next pot. I'm just starting in the same way that I did last time, using that white gesso primer, and again I'm only using one coat as I'm going to be using another colour on the base coat. For the base coat I'm going to be using this reddy brown brick colour, and I'm going to be painting about 4 or 5 coats, just depending what it needs. This is how the pots look after they've had 4 coats of that maroon colour. They've definitely turned out darker than I was expecting. I'm not unhappy with the results, so I'm just going to carry on and I'll paint on the 9 3/4 symbol. I sketched on my circle off camera, and I'm starting by just doing the circle using white acrylic paint. I did about 3 coats of this white paint in total, just to make sure there was none of that brown colour peeking through. I then went on to draw bricks on the tray using my Posca pen. Again, using my black Posca pen, I went and drew on the 9 3/4 symbol. It was really hard to do this so far away from my face, so I actually did a lot of this off camera as well, just to make sure that I got the details as I wanted them. This is what the 2 pots look like once the paint is completely dried. I am actually going to be applying 1 coat of Mod Podge before I apply my varnish, and this is because sometimes with the Posca pens the varnish makes it smudge. I didn't want that to happen, so I just applied this Mod Podge, and that will protect the Posca pens from running. I know the glue looks white at the moment, it does dry transparent. For the varnish, I'm going to be using heavy duty wood varnish, and this is the brand Polyvine. This I'll be applying 3 coats. Once the varnish is completely dry, this is with 3 coats. This is what the pots look like. As you can see, it's really glossy and shiny. Some people like matte, and you can buy matte varnish as well if you'd prefer. I'm really happy with how these have turned out. You can use these as they're intended as plant pots, or you can actually use them to store your pens and pencils or your paintbrushes, whatever you prefer. This is the end of the video. Thank you if you've watched all the way through. I'm really happy with how these pots turned out. Please let me know in the comments below if you would like to see any more Harry Potter creations. Thank you for watching.